Hey there, wealthy-minded people. Patrick here again. And today I'm going to talk about something that if you've been around or interested in personal development stuff for in the recent past, at least since 2006, you've heard of. It's something called The Secret. Now, for those of you who don't know what that is, The Secret was a viral movie or a movie that went viral, and it came out around 2006, and it was really popular. In fact, it was picked up and promoted by Oprah herself. The makers of The Secret were featured on the Oprah Winfrey Show, and many of the personalities that were on the movie, in the movie, were also featured on the Oprah Show, and it's sold millions of copies. I'm not quite certain how many million. I think it's at least 2 to 3 million copies, and to this day it's still still selling. I think they even did a sequel or something as well. They sold books, they sold other paraphernalia. Like they did a lot of promotion. And in fact, there are whole other businesses, maybe what you call an industry that has grown around The Secret, also known as the law of attraction. So why am I bringing this up? Well, I'm bringing this up because I have some bad news for you. Now, again, it may hit you, hard depending on how you feel about The Secret, but I'm here to tell you that the majority of what The Secret promotes is actually not just wrong, but BS, and is actually something that could hinder you in being successful. So let's jump right into it. Okay, welcome back. So, as I was saying, The Secret was super successful. It launched the careers, or actually rather elevated a lot of people, to new status. Some people already known, like Bob Proctor, Esther Hicks, John Ashraf, people like that, and they were featured in The Secret movie. And like I said, I don't agree with what The Secret or the law of attraction is talking about, and I actually think it is detrimental. And I'm going to go into why. Now, the number one reason I disagree with the law of attraction, The Secret, is because it creates what I consider a lottery type of mentality. So let me explain what The Secret actually even says. The Secret, or the law of attraction, basically states that we emit vibrations and we attract to us everything in our life, all the circumstances of our life, whether it's good or whether it's bad. It's dependent on what we focus on and the vibration that we give off into the world, and so on. And what it says that you should do is focus on visualizing what you want, and bring into your awareness at every possible instance, and the universe will bring it to you. It has no choice but to bring it to you. Okay. Now, the number one reason I disagree with that is because it creates what's called what I call a lottery mentality, where you think, or a whole bunch of people think, that all they need to do is sit around and look at their vision board, or stare into space and just imagine driving the car of their dreams, or attracting the person of their dreams into their life, or the job, or whatever it is that you want to create or want to get into your life. And it makes people believe that, well, they should just do that and this stuff will come to them like magic. Okay, and it's even kind of described like that in the movie. And on the flip side, it also then blames the victim, because if something negative happens to you in your life, guess what? You created it. You're the source of it. You deserve it. And that's just wrong, because yeah, we control a certain portion of the things that happen to us in our life. And when you focus on something, I don't really believe in vibrations and all that stuff, but when you focus on something, you tend to subconsciously create certain situations. If you walk out of your house one day with a negative attitude, you're going to talk to people with a negative attitude, and they're going to respond to you that way. And then maybe your shoelace is untied, and so a car drives by and splashes you, and you're just going to you might then start spiraling into that negative frame of mind, and where everything is terrible and the world sucks. Okay, and what happens is you tend to look at things that reinforce that type of thinking. But you didn't cause the car to splash you. There's no way you could have caused it. You didn't know that the car was going to drive by. You're not the person that drove the car. So it's not your fault. But if you think along the lines of the law of attraction, it is your fault. It's all your fault, and it causes people to do thought policing on themselves, and always be trying to correct their mind, and basically it just basically makes people think that they're not good enough. The bottom line is that sometimes things just happen. Okay, sometimes good things happen, sometimes negative things happen, and a good portion of that is completely out of your control, and beating yourself up over it is not a solution. Okay, and trying to police your thoughts is not necessarily a solution. You want to focus on the positive, be thankful and that kind of thing, to appreciate what you have, because that puts you in a positive frame of mind. And again, the reverse happens when you're in a positive frame of mind. People get attracted to that, in that they want to deal with you, not in that some metaphysical, vibration thing. It's just people like to deal with people who are positive. I mean, hello. The second reason that I think The Secret is really pretty silly. No, that's a wrong word. Arrogant. Why? Why would I think that? I mean, come on. It's just a way to help people pursue what they want, right? I mean, come on. Well, the reason is because look at what it actually says. It says that you want something, and therefore the universe is going to reconfigure itself to give you what you want. And considering if that was possible, all right, if that's just simply wanting something was what was going to would have that effect on the universe, don't you think that there are a lot of better things that the universe could be doing, or we could be focusing on, that to make our world a better place, rather than you wanting a date, or you wanting a nicer car, or even a nicer job? It's just simply the height of arrogance to think that the world, the universe, should do these things for you, especially when you're not prepared to do the work to get them, to influence it. I mean, to control what you can control to make that happen, or deliver value to achieve your dreams. It just makes no sense, and it's very arrogant. And then on top of that, what it also does is it tells people, when they do The Secret, they do focus on the law of attraction and what they want, and do all the things that they talk about. When things don't work out and they don't get what they want, guess what they say? They say, "Oh, well, you weren't doing it correctly," which is the ultimate cop out of, you did focus, you did do things, but guess what? Some things just don't work out. Maybe your strategies weren't correct. You worked with the wrong people. Whatever it is. But what will people say? Well, these gurus will say, well, yeah, but you probably just didn't focus on the right things. You were too negative, or something like that. Or the universe works in mysterious ways. Or it'll come in its own time. There's always an excuse, instead of just letting people deal with reality as is. So, those of you who've actually been on my channel for more than a minute may have seen links to a site, mindsetmovies.com, where I promote a product called Mind Movies. And what Mind Movies does is it helps you create mind visualization movies, so that basically like vision boards, but in a movie format with cool music and pictures and so on and so forth. And again, if you've gone onto that site and you opted into Mind Movies, you would notice that the people who make Mind Movies are very into the law of attraction. So you might ask, why, Patrick, what the heck? What's going on here? You're being a hypocrite? Why are you promoting this product when you say you don't believe in The Secret or the law of attraction? Well, the very simple reason is, although I do not buy into the law of attraction stuff that they promote the people who created Mind Movies, I still see value in the product, because you do need to focus your mind and find what motivates you, and it's good to basically brainwash your mind, to see these things every day. But it's with the understanding that you're going out there to create something, to do something, to achieve something, whatever it is that's going to result in that goal, in you getting what you want. Right? It's not just you sitting there staring at a screen going, I believe, I believe, I believe, I believe. It's not that. Okay? So the product to me, okay, and that might be my delusion, but the product to me is independent of the actual philosophy of of the law of attraction. So I can separate that out. Okay, so I hope you can too. Now the reason I'm bringing this up and the reason I'm even making this video, again, for people who love The Secret, they're probably like, oh, Patrick, you're such an idiot. But the reason is because I have I've developed a no bullshit radar. I've dealt with enough shitty people in my time, and who thrive on trying to make people believe that you can basically get something for nothing, and they have this new technique that will totally change their life in 2 seconds, and so on and so forth. And whenever that happens, it's a red flag to me. So I'm doing my part to kind of dispel that. Again, I'm trying to differentiate, a product that actually kind of does tie into this thing, but at the same time, it's still something that could be helpful. I'm doing all, that's why I'm making this video. So, you got to be careful whenever in putting your faith in something where people are telling you, again, that it's magic, basically, that, the universe will just do magical things for you without you doing anything. Unfortunately, we don't live in that world. Otherwise, things would be very, very different. One thing, if you go on the website, again, with this whole red flag BS thing, is that, on their website, they'll have all this stuff where they'll have these stories where people are saying, oh my God, I was in these dire straits. There's one story I read where this person was basically going bankrupt, and, they couldn't pay their bills. And then suddenly, out of nowhere, because they were focusing on the law of attraction and positivity and so on and so forth, somebody suddenly decided to pay their bills, and this happened and that happened, and suddenly everything's amazing. Okay, and that's what I'm talking about. That's bullshit. Okay, so I mean, whether or not that happened, I don't even know. But the point is, even if it did happen, it had nothing to do with this law of attraction stuff. It's just that she lucked out, or maybe she helped somebody, and that now that person came and repaid, helped her out in return. Reciprocity happens. But that type of thinking of, okay, all I have to do is think really positively, and suddenly everything's going to work out. Sometimes that works, sometimes it doesn't work. Okay, and and people peddling that are just kind of are trying to benefit from your insecurities or your wishful thinking, and a lot of times they charge you for it, and then you don't get your money back. So watch out. All right, so let me know down below what you think. Am I totally out of line? Do you live your life by The Secret? Do you have one of those crazy success stories? Let me know down below how you feel. Do you agree with me? Do you think it's really kind of shady to promote this type of propaganda? Let me know down below. And once again, thanks for watching, and go out there and make something awesome happen.